Hi, I'm Joe, and I want to thank you for joining me here today on Coloring in the Lines. I created this video series to share some tips and tricks that I've learned over the course of 20 years of doing makeup. Today, we're going to talk about eyebrows. To begin with, let's go over a couple of tools and products that you're going to want to have. For starters, you're going to need a small angled brush like this one. Mine is a MAC 263, but any small angled brush that you have in your collection will work just fine. In addition to that, you're going to want to have a spoolie, which is just basically like a mascara wand, but without the mascara. And lastly, you're going to want an eyeshadow that closely matches the color of your brows. I like using these two darker brown colors from my Too Faced Matte Eye Palette. But again, anything that you have in your collection that closely matches your brow will work just fine. I like to get ready for doing eyebrows while I'm preparing for eyeshadows. I take a small amount of eyeshadow primer, work that all over my lids and on up and through my eyebrows. This creates a base for the eyeshadows that we're about to add, as well as keeping our eyebrows neat as we work. Before we begin coloring in our eyebrows, there are 3 points that we have to remember. Begin by taking a tool like a small brush or a pencil and placing it against your nose in a straight line up and down. The point where your tool touches your eyebrow is the point farthest inward that we want our brow to be. Then, taking that same tool, placing it against our nose, line it up with the outer corner of your eye, where your upper and lower eyelid meet. The point where your tool again crosses your eyebrow is the point farthest outward that you want your eyebrow to be. Finally, look straight ahead. Take your tool, rest it against your nose, and this time make sure that the tool cuts right through the center of your pupil. The point where the tool touches your eyebrow again is where the highest point of the arch should be as you're working. We begin to color in our brow, starting with the tail. Begin at a point roughly in the middle of your brow, near the arch, and draw a straight line following the angle of your brow to that outer point that we measured just a moment ago. Next, begin to define the brow by outlining along the inner edge of the hairs of the brow. At the arch, make a gentle turn at an angle to meet the tail that we drew at the start. Do the same for the lower edge of the brow. Again, following the inside edge of the hairs, turning at the arch to meet the tail. A great way to finish off the inner edge of your brow is to take your angled brush and turn it sideways and use it like a broad brush. Rest it gently against the point where the innermost part of your brow should be and paint sideways up and into the rest of the brow. Then take your spoolie and brush it through your brow to distribute the color evenly and soften the look. An optional step that you can do at this point is to take a little bit of concealer and a flat brush. Get a little bit of concealer on the brush and then begin to trace the outside of your brow. This allows you to clean up any mistakes that you may have made along the way, as well as helping you define the edge of the brow very sharply. Blend the concealer away from your brow as you work. And there you have it, a clean, defined brow. As a final step, I like to use a brow gel, which is basically like a clear mascara that acts as a hair gel for your brows. Brushing this up through the brows after you've colored them in helps lock in the color and lets you keep a nice, neat appearance throughout the day. I sincerely hope that there was something helpful in today's video for you, and I want to thank you for joining me here on Coloring in the Lines. Until next time, God bless you and have a great day.